Hey guys! So today I'll be showing you my makeup look. First you grab your foundation and I pump it on my hand, but I first of course have to apply primer, foundation primer, and you can choose from whatever ones you have, and I actually have a sample size one that I'll be using today because why not? So what you do is you grab a little bit, just a small amount, and what I tend to do is I'll put it on like the 4 quadrants of my face and on my nose, and I'll just rub it in. And you want to make sure you evenly disperse it, and once you're done with that, then you can apply your foundation. And this is how I apply mine. Sorry for that face right there, that was me it's a new foundation that I bought and I wanted to try it, and at first it looked really yellow, but after I blend it in a little bit, it looks a lot better. So then I'll grab my flat, fluffy brush and I just kind of buff it out, and I'll just blend all of that in. And just like that, now everything's blended, I'll grab my LA Girl Pro Concealer in that orange tint, and I put it right under my eyes. And the reason I do that is because I want to hide the dark circles. And I'll grab my small little gray beauty blender and I'll just kind of blend that out evenly under my eye. And that's how it should look. That looks kind of cool there. And then next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab a concealer. And I have, well, many as you can see. And I'm going to choose the Kat Von D Lock-It Mount Concealer. I think it's in the shade Light 5 Neutral. Yeah, it is. So then what I do here is I put it right under my eyes over the orange concealer, kind of in like a triangle formation. And I want to make sure that I try to cover up all the orange, but if you don't, that's totally fine. When you do your contouring and your highlighting, that'll help cover it up. And I put a small triangle on my forehead and line down my nose and on my chin, and that's just me trying to accentuate, kind of give those features a pop a little bit more. And I grab my Real Technique Beauty Blender then, and I just kind of blend those out as well. Once it's all blended out, nice and even all over, we're then going to grab your choice of contouring, and I'm going to choose my LA Girl Pro Concealers, and I do kind of the same technique. I'll make smaller triangles under my eyes, smaller line down my nose, and then 3 lines over my forehead. And I don't do it on my chin, just because I think that the concealer should be enough. And then I'll grab a darker color and I'll put ones right in the middle of my cheeks, and I kind of did the whole fishy face to try to see exactly where that angle is. And then I did a few lines on my forehead to make my forehead smaller, of course, and also kind of give a little bit of warmth to my face. And then I did that on my nose because I'm trying to make my nose a little bit longer and thinner. Then I'll grab my other Black Beauty Pro Blender and I'll just blend out my highlight first. Make sure it's nice and blended out, and I'll do the same with my nose and my forehead. As you can tell, I have like many kind of beauty blenders, all for various purposes. But in reality, if you have one really good one, you can use that one. Then I grab my pink beauty blender and I blend out my contour. Again, you could probably use your concealer blender if you have that, or you could even use a brush. I haven't tried brushes just because I feel like it leaves it really streaky, and I just prefer my beauty blenders, but I might just give it a try one day. Now I'm going to do my nose, and I find the nose is the hardest part to blend just because it's a smaller section and you want to try to keep the product as close to where you put it. So you just kind of have to blend your nose a lot. I blend my nose a lot, so. And then I grab another beauty blender that I have, and it's for my setting. And I'll grab this Master Fix setting powder from Maybelline. It's a drugstore one. And I'll put it right under where I put my contour or my highlight and concealer. And I'm going to put it also on my chin and down the bridge of my nose and on my forehead. And I usually kind of tend to put enough on so that it's visible. That's how I know I have enough of it. And this time I just put it down sides of my face because the contouring kind of went all over the place, and the setting powder I feel like will lighten those spaces up, make the contour even more sharper. And then I said there 5 minutes, we have to wait to leave the setting powder on. In the meantime though, you can grab your Brow Wiz. Any brow product. I have a Brow Wiz here from Anastasia in the color dark brown, and then you can just start to fill those in. I only show you how I fill in one of my eyebrows. The other eyebrow has already been filled in. But what I have found is you put the product on first, and at first it looks really kind of dense. But then they have a spoolie at the end of it, which you grab and you just kind of like comb it out, and I feel like it kind of gives the product that effect of more, eyebrows. So that was pretty cool. Definitely must have product, in my opinion. Then next we can put on our eyeshadow primer. I have the Stay Don't Stray by Benefit, and what I do is I put nice medium-sized 3 dots on my eyelids, and you'll see me blend them out later because this is me taking off the setting powder now with my smaller fluffy brush. So you just kind of sweep it off your face just like so, and you can definitely leave on your setting powder longer if you'd like to. The longer you stay on, the lighter those places are going to leave, but you want to be careful not to leave it on too long. Then I'll grab my Shade and Light Powder Contour by Kat Von D. Absolutely love this product. Just could die for it. But first I'm going to blend the eyeshadow primer that I have had on my face. You just want to blend it out with your 2 clean fingers and just make sure you blend out the product evenly. And once you do, then you're ready for your eyeshadow, but I'm not ready for that yet, and it's fine to have the primer still on there. But I'll grab another kind of tapered, fluffier brush, and I'm going to use these 2 colors right here and put that all over where I put the concealer and highlight. I do this just to kind of like make things brighter and to keep the consistency just in case, And I also use the orange one because it kind of warms up my face too. I don't want to look too pale. But yeah, I just kind of go over those areas with that fluffy brush. And then I'm going to grab a bigger, not bigger, but a fluffy brush, kind of angled. And I'm going to grab the next darker colors, ones right next to each other. And I will sweep them across where I put my contour. And then I also put it on my forehead where I put the contour. I pretty much put this everywhere I put the contour on. And I will even put it on my nose, and you'll see me do that too. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to contour my nose, and I got a small kind of lip liner brush, and I will grab that light color, and then I'll just go right over where I pretty much put the contour on. And I use this brush because I feel like it does a really good job of getting exactly to the same places. And then if it's too harsh, I kind of just blend it out a little bit. And then next step is to grab your bronzer. I have this one by Too Faced, and it's in medium to dark, I think. And I'll grab my angled brush from Sephora, and I will swipe those on my face, kind of overlapping where I put the powdered contour, and then I put a little bit under my chin just to give my chin a little bit more definition. And then I'll go over the lines of my nose too with it. And then after that, I'm going to grab my blush, and I grab my Becca blush in the Wild Honey color. Absolutely love this blush. It was probably one of my first blushes I've ever bought from Becca, and definitely would buy from her again. And then I grab another kind of like fluffy brush, and I'll put those on my cheeks. And you pretty much just put the product as much as you want on. And then I usually tend to grab my biggest fluffiest brush that I have, and I'm going to blend everything out. Make sure there's no harsh lines from my powder contour or bronzer or blush, and it just kind of makes everything go in unison. And then I'll grab my Carly Bible palette, which I absolutely love, and if you don't know who she is, definitely look her up. She's like my go-to girl. She's just inspirational. And then I'll grab a little small fan brush from Sephora, and I'll grab the 2 highlight colors from down there, and I'll fan it across my cheekbones, and then I do it on the sides of my eyebrows. And I'll also grab a little bit with my fingers and put a little bit of it down the bridge of my nose. And then next, I actually had decided to put some more Stay Don't Stray, primer, just one dab. I think it's fine, just because I felt like it kind of dried out. And just blend it out again with 2 clean fingers. And I'm going to actually show you guys how I did my eye look. One eye, well, here I'm telling you this is a lip color that I'll use. It's by NARS, it's called Cruella, and it's kind of small now. And this is where I show you one eye fully done. And this was my first attempt doing the cut crease. So you see me here grabbing a small pencil brush, and I'm gonna grab my Morphe 350M, and I'm gonna grab that really dark chocolate, and I'm gonna grab a spoon because I saw this technique and I thought it'd be a good starter for someone who hasn't done cut crease before. So you'll want to line your pencil kind of over your crease, and then I lined it first to see where exactly I'd put it, and then I'm going to go over it free-handed. You just want to be careful in this part though, that none of the product falls over the eyelid, and if it does, I just grab a concealer and I'll like brush over where the product fell. And then you just kind of go over it a few times, and then you're going to grab another bigger, fluffier brush, and you're going to grab the orangey color in that same palette, that 350 matte, just like a light, it's kind of a darker, it's kind of a light medium orange, I'd say. And you're going to go right over the top of that dark brown too, and you're going to want to blend those 2 colors together. And just keep blending. And I actually didn't have enough time to film, but you just grab a lighter browner shade and you do the same thing, and you just go over them again and again until you think it's right. And then on your eyelid where it wasn't any, you just put some white, kind of light eyeshadow and some eyeliner, mascara, falsy lashes optional, lipstick, setting spray, and you're done. And this is the finished look. I really enjoyed doing this, and I think I'll definitely do it again and maybe perfect the technique more. Thank you for watching.